Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Les Mis in under 5 minutes. You're welcome. To begin, the convict Jean Valjean is released from prison after serving 5 years for stealing bread and another 14 for attempting to escape. As he makes his way into town, he realizes that he has no place to stay, and he hops into a priest's home. But being the ex-convict he is, he attempts to steal the priest's expensive silverware. However, the priest is not a snitch, and Jean has a change of heart. Flash forward 6 years. Jean has invested his money and winds up a very wealthy mayor, where he meets Fantine, the factory worker, who also sells, flowers on the side. To support her daughter Cosette. After Fantine is tragically fired from her job, she sadly has to send Cosette to live with a family in the country. Fantine then meets Valjean when he saves her from the inspector.
I dreamed a dream in time gone by.
Then, unfortunately, Fantine dies, but not before telling Jean Valjean to take care of Cosette. May she rest in peace. The home Cosette was sent to was unhealthy. The parents didn't accept her and did not want the responsibility of a child. A few years later, Jean Valjean retrieves the now toddler-aged Cosette from the abusive innkeepers and takes her back to the city with him. While this is happening, the salty Inspector Javert, who is after Jean, winds up finding Jean in town, causing Jean and Cosette to flee. 8 years pass and Cosette is older now, attending private school in her new life with her fake dad, Jean Valjean. While attending school, Cosette and Valjean meet Marius, who is the leader of the growing rebellion, but quickly falls in love with Cosette. When Cosette and Valjean move back to town, Marius recognizes Cosette and her father discussing a robbery. Unfortunately, Marius goes to the inspector, who is also ironically in this new town, to report this robbery. Due to this, the inspector finds out that Jean and Cosette are in town and attempts to capture them, but Jean escapes again. So there's a revolution. Marius is a part of it, even though he arrives late and is shot almost immediately upon arrival. Valjean shows up and rescues Marius while the people revolt, because the French government sucks. Valjean also spares the inspector's life. This act of mercy, however, causes the inspector to have such a moral crisis that he chooses to jump into the river. And when the revolution ends, France is a little better, and Cosette and Marius get engaged very dramatically, with Fantine's ghost happily watching over them, along with the adoptive parents and Jean Valjean's blessing. They finally get married in a large, beautiful wedding with no one in attendance, using a huge amount of money gifted to them by Jean Valjean. And after the wedding, Jean confesses who he is to Marius and tells Cosette about her mother before dying tragically and being covered with the French flag, while Cosette and Marius are comforted by an innocent bystander. That is all. Best wishes, Jean Valjean.
Angry men. It is the music of the people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start. Tomorrow comes.
You're not in the screen yet. Okay.
Cut.
We shouldn't use planes.
Take care of Cosette. I will.
Go.
Stay on.